Salutations, everyone. Today is day 26, and I am driving again. I am headed to go hang out with a friend. We are going to watch Game of Thrones. I have not seen a single episode of Game of Thrones, so this will be the debut for me. And my friend's looking to get caught up. He has to watch 1.5 episodes a day before July 16th in order to be caught up for apparently a new season that's coming out. I've heard a lot about it. Obviously, tons of people talk about it. And I'm just looking forward to like a quiet evening, just like chilling. It's been a while since I've gotten to do that. Like, not by myself. Yeah, I'm feeling really good today. I feel, I just feel like, all right, moving forward, moving ahead. I had a dream where I keep having these pretty bizarre dreams. First dream, I was going through all these corridors, couldn't find my way, kept losing my way, then I'd find it again. Some people that I'm dealing with, there's like wounding in the space. They were in the dream, and there's just like a breakdown. There's a breakdown, and so it was showing up in my dreamscape, and in the dream, I couldn't find the person to actually get taken care of, like what we're needing to get taken care of. And it got to a point where I was like, all right, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna go my own way. And I started pedaling up this hill. Like, I was on this bicycle, and I was pedaling up this hill, and it just kept getting steeper and steeper and steeper and steeper. Eventually, like, I had to ditch the bike. Then I started walking up the hill, and it got so steep that even then I couldn't even actually like walk up the hill any longer. I was crawling, and then crawling got to a point where I was climbing, and then climbing got to a point where I had nothing to grip. Right about the apex, I had to go off the road into the ditch and actually use the ditch, like the little added gully there gave me some more traction, and then I could actually hold on to the road to then begin climbing myself up over, and I had about 15 feet to go, and I woke up. So to me that represents like I'm almost there. There's more climbing to do. I'm almost like at the end of it, and but I'm not quite there. And then yesterday, deep diving down I was asking the lifeguard, is it okay for me to go that deep? And he goes, well, do you have this? I said, nope. He said something, he was like, how are your lungs? I said, they're okay. He goes, how are your intestines? Do they sit over on this side? And he was talking about all this, and I was like, nope, those are okay too. He goes, okay, well, in that case, like, you're pretty much built for diving down that deep. So just do this, and you're good to go. So I was diving down, and once I got to the bottom of the pool, I woke up. So all these really interesting symbols showing up in my dreams. And I just feel like, like I'm coming out of the crucible. With that in mind, I'm looking at doing I've always wanted to do this, or excuse me, I should say, I have not always wanted to do this. Ever since I read the book, The Tao of Health, Sex, and Longevity, I've wanted to do this. They talk about doing a 7-day water fast, where basically you just take micronutrients, water, and no food for 7 days. And you're doing roughly 6 or 7 colonics. It's okay to miss one day, but the idea is to do a colonic daily, and it helps to remove mucoid plaque from the colon, and which is host to a number of ailments. I don't know if this is actually something that, I've researched it, I've looked into it a lot of different places. Apparently there's a lot of validity to it. My thing is that nothing's really valid until I see it for myself. In terms of I just can't take it at face value. One sec. So I really, and that's not always true either, but it helps me. I just want to see, I want to see if there's anything in there, I want to see, I make up that it is. I make up that, just because I've had really, really bad food combining for the first, for the majority of my life, really. And that's the number one cause of this mucoid plaque. And so I've been looking at doing this fast. I think I'd actually do 5 days. I think that would be a good place to start. I have experience fasting. I've done it. I've probably fasted, 15, for an extended fast, longer than a day, probably 15. I think now I'm actually way more equipped even than than I've ever been. So I'm just, it's just something that I'm looking at. It's kind of while I have some momentum with me, it's all right, without getting overwhelmed, without doing too much. It's all right, what could I add to this? What could I add to this? I think it would be cool to I think it'd just be really, really cool to feel amazing, to feel strong and healthy, and I'm getting all of the nutrients that I need, just to feel my best, really give it a shot at what does feeling my best feel like. So I've been making some adjustments in my diet. I typically have a pretty good diet. I eat mostly 95% organic. Very seldom do I eat meat. When I do, it's typically fish. Probably 85% plant-based. I just have a good diet. But I feel like my digestion could use some work. Maybe some of this lower back pain will go away too. But I don't know. I'm just talking about kind of random stuff because I don't know. I don't really have any big plans for this conversation. Come on. I did. I keep coming across them. Like, yeah, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that. Let's see. It's kind of it. It feels good. It just feels good to feel good. You know? I mean, that seems kind of obvious and redundant, but it's like the things that make us feel the best. It's like we oftentimes I don't know if everyone does this, but I resist them a lot. I'm just like, why do I resist? You know, taking care of myself, and maybe why isn't the best way to get at that, but instead of looking at it that way, you know, just like going out and doing it. Because oftentimes, like, if I just go do it, I feel a lot better. And there's no amount of like knowing or thinking that I should go to the gym that actually gets me at the gym, you know? Like, you can never get there unless you just go. Yeah, I'm so happy to be going to the swimming pools. I'd really like to find like a really nice saltwater pool. You know, if I could like, or at least something with very low amounts of chlorine, but saltwater would be ideal. And doing like saunas and like, you know, just like really going through and like cleaning out some systems, supporting my body in the best way that I can. Whoa, gal. Yeah, so that's kind of what I got going on right now. Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. Just like getting myself into alignment, you know? Supporting that mind-body connection. Yeah. I do feel like